everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kendra and today I'm going to be doing my February book buzz. And this is a series that I do on my channel where I go over all of the new releases that I'm interested in that come out this month. And I'll go through all of these books in different categories and I'll just give a short synopsis or just a tagline from each book. So first, I want to go through all of the thrillers. The first one that I want to talk about is Do No Harm by Christina McDonald. And this one is about Emma. She loves her life. She's a mother of a kindergartner, married to her soulmate, a loyal and loving police detective, and has a rewarding career as a doctor at the local hospital. But everything comes crashing down when her son Josh is diagnosed with a rare form of cancer. Determined to save him, Emma makes the risky decision to sell opioids to fund the life-saving treatment he needs. But when somebody ends up dead, a lethal game of cat and mouse ensues, her own husband leading the chase. With her son's life hanging in the balance, Emma is dragged into the dark world of drugs, lies, and murder. This one sounds absolutely amazing. I haven't read her first book. I know I wanted to, what was that, last year or the year before when it came out? So this one sounds really interesting and I really hope I can get to this one pretty soon. The next one that I want to talk about is The Shadow Box by Luann Rice. And this one says it is a haunting thriller about how far one wife is willing to go to expose the truth and the length someone will go to stop her. I've seen this one around a lot, so I was definitely curious and hopefully I can read this one sometime soon. This next one is Girl A by Abigail Dean. This is a propulsive and psychological immersive novel about a young girl who escapes captivity, but not the secrets that shadow the rest of her life. This was actually a pick for Book of the Month and I actually did not pick this one. I kind of wish I did because this one actually sounds really good and it definitely sounds right up my alley. The next one is Black Widows by Kate Quinn. The tagline on this one says, Blake is dead. They say his wife killed him. If so, which one? So this one definitely sounds super intriguing. I haven't really seen that much about this one, but like I said, it sounds really interesting and hopefully I can get to this one sometime soon. Next, I have a couple sci-fi books that I'm interested in. The first one is The Echo Wife by Sarah Gailey. And this one says Martine is a genetically cloned replica made from Evelyn Caldwell's award-winning research. She's patient and gentle and obedient. She's everything Evelyn swore she'd never be. And she's having an affair with Evelyn's husband. Now the cheating bastard is dead and the Caldwell wives have a mess to clean up. Good thing Evelyn Caldwell is used to getting her hands dirty. I've seen this one around a lot too, and it definitely has intrigued me quite a bit, and I really like the cover of this one, so I'm really hoping I can get to this one pretty soon. The next one is The End of Men by Christina Sweeney Baird. And this one says it's set in a world where a virus strikes our male population. Only men are affected by the virus. Only women have the power to save us all. So this one definitely sounds super interesting and I definitely have this one on my future radar. Next, I'm going to go through all of the historical fiction. The first one is The Four Winds by Christina Hanna. This is an epic novel of love and heroism and hope set against the backdrop of one of America's most defining eras, the Great Depression. The Four Winds is an indelible portrait of America and the American dream as seen through the eyes of one indominant woman whose courage and sacrifice will come to define a generation. I love Christina Hanna and I will be reading this one this month, so be on the lookout for my thoughts on this one in my wrap-up. The next one that I want to talk about is The Paris Library by Janet Susklin Charles. This is based on a true World War II story of the heroic libraries at the American Library in Paris. This is an unforgettable story of romance, friendship, family, and the power of literature to bring us together. I actually read this one back in May, I believe. This was supposed to come out last year and then it got bumped to this year. So I've already read this one. I absolutely loved it. If you love books about libraries and This one's set in Paris, so that was really fun. So if you like that, I highly recommend picking this one up. The next one to talk about is Send for Me by Lauren Fox. This is an achingly beautiful work of historical fiction that moves between Germany on the eve of World War II and present day Wisconsin, unspoiling a thread of love, longing, and the ceaseless push and pull of family. This one I actually picked as one of my books for my book of the month, so I will definitely be getting to this one very soon. And the last historical fiction is The Kitchen Front by Jennifer Ryan. This is in a new World War II set story. 4 women compete for a spot hosting a wartime cookery program called The Kitchen Front. It's based on the actual BBC program of the same name, as well as a chance to better their lives. I love books that are set around any type of like cooking, so this one is a World War II and a set around cooking, so this one sounds like it would be definitely up my alley, and I'm super excited to pick this one up. The next one that I want to mention is a literary fiction. It is The Removed by Brandon Hobson, and this is steeped in Cherokee myths and history, a novel about fractured family reckoning with the tragic death of their son long ago. I read this one last month, and I gave it 5 stars. Absolutely loved it. It was one of my favorite books of last month. So if you want to hear more on my thoughts on that book, check out my January wrap up. Next, I'm going to go through a couple of contemporary books that I'm interested in. The first one is This Close to Okay by Lisa Cross Smith. This is about the life-changing weekend shared between 2 strangers, a therapist and the man she prevents from ending his life. I actually plan on reading this one this month, so I will let you know my thoughts on this one in my February wrap up. The next one is The Kindest Lie by Nancy Johnson. This one is about a promise could betray you. It's 2008, and the inauguration of President Barack Obama ushers in a new kind of hope. In Chicago, Ruth Tuttle, an Ivy League educated Black engineer, is married to a kind and successful man. He's eager to start a family, but Ruth is uncertain. She has never gotten over the baby she gave birth to and was forced to leave behind when she was a teenager. She had promised her family she'd never look back, but Ruth knows that to move forward, she must make peace with the past. This one just sounds like it would be absolutely amazing. I did pick this one as my book of the month book for February, so if I don't get to it this month, I will definitely be reading it next month, so I'm really excited to read this one. The next book is How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House by Cherry Jones. This is about 4 people who are desperate to escape their legacy of violence in a so-called paradise, and this one I believe is set in Barbados, I'm pretty sure. So this one just sounds like it's going to be very, very interesting. I never read anything set in that location, so I'm excited to pick it up. Next, I'm going to go through the romance novels that I'm interested in. The first one is Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. This is a refreshingly timely and relatable debut novel about a young woman whose life plans fall apart when she meets her wife. So this one sounds like it's going to be absolutely amazing. I actually pre-ordered this one, so and I think it comes out at the end of this month, so hopefully I get it pretty soon, even though it looks like Amazon's saying that I won't get it until like almost the end of March, which is crazy because it comes out this month, so I don't know what's up with that, but really excited to read that one, and hopefully as soon as I get it, I will read it. The next one is Close Quarters by Candy Steiner. This is a fresh and captivating billionaire romance about a reserved photographer and the powerful CEO who has to have her. This, first of all, is a billionaire romance. I usually don't read those types of romances, but it's by Candy Steiner. She's my favorite romance author, so I will read anything she writes, but I'm really excited to give this type of romance a shot, and hopefully I can get to this one really soon. The last romance I'm going to talk about is Like You Love Me by Adriana Locke. And this one says, to save her Tennessee bed and breakfast, Sophie Bates needs a fast cash miracle. Holden McKenzie, her childhood best friend, needs to prove to a prospective employer that he's a committed man. Their fortunes on the line. Holden proposes a solution. He'll take care of Sophie's bills if she agrees to a temporary marriage of convenience. And why not? They're comfortable together, they have fun, and they trust each other. It's as simple as I do. But the off-the-cuff wedding has all of Honey Creek talking and Sophie and Holden realizing that their perfect arrangement is working too well. If they're not careful, this marriage could turn into a love story. I really have liked marriage of convenience as a trope, so this one really attracted to me. And I also like books that are set in a bed and breakfast, so this one definitely sounds super interesting, and I'm really excited to pick this one up. And the last category is YA, and this is also the last book that I want to talk about. It is a YA fantasy. It's called The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna. This one is about 16-year-old Decca lives in fear and anticipation of the blood ceremony that will determine whether she will become a member of her village. Already different from everyone else because of her unnatural intuition, Decca prays for red blood so she can finally feel like she belongs. But on the day of the ceremony, her blood runs gold, the color of impurity, and Decca knows she will face a consequence worse than death. This one has had all the buzz lately, and I cannot wait to pick this one up. So those are all the books that I'm interested in that come out this month. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in any of these books and what books you're interested in that come out this month. And until then, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!